Hey everybody, it's Thomas Weeks from Hot Rod University. And today, I just got to thinking, I thought, maybe some people would like to kind of see some of the old and some of the new, because we do have younger followers and we do have, some older followers. But, to me, I'm an old school Corvette guy. I mean, this is really tough to beat. It really truly is. It's hard. But then you got to think about, that it's a little hot, it's a little bit more ornery, it's a little more coarse. It does got a great, following the rear end with the V'd out, tapered end. And, the reason why they call it a Stingray is because if you look at it, it looks like a Stingray sort of floating, along, right? Okay. So then Corvette got a little messed up, they lost their path, they really did. With some of the cars that they, those 80s Corvettes and whatnot. I mean, I'm not running down your car if you got an 80s, but it was a good car, but, General Motors lost their way. They truly did. So then, they came along and they said, hey, we got to do something or this Corvette's going to die, And so then, if you stop and think about it, they come out, this is a 2016 Corvette. Okay, and look at a lot of it. It's it's the new Stingray of the time. They brought back the flared up fenders. The got rid of the old cheese wedge looking Corvette and brought back the Stingray again. And when they did, that really boosted General Motors. So to be honest with you, they had it right the first time, and then they messed it up, and then they found their way back down the road again to good, affordable sports cars. I mean, that's one thing you got to always give General Motors is that it was an affordable sports car. It was as fast as anything in the world, and you could afford it. Okay, I mean, who can buy a GT40? Who can buy a Ferrari 530 Maranello, whatever you end up getting? Okay, but at the end of the day, you could, a regular working class guy could save his money and get him a cool car. And what I think about some of these cars is just that, they're fantastic, they're fun to drive, they handle good, they're safe in an accident. I mean, I had a friend of mine one time that ran one of these right into a dump truck and, lived to tell the story. And that don't always happen these days. But, during what we're going to be doing here, my comeback per se, is that I'm going to be talking about a lot of the old and a lot of the new, and I think you're going to enjoy it. And there's also one thing that I want to add that, a lot of these guys out there, they say, you're my friends, friend requests and all that. I mean, are they really your friend? Well, there's one thing that I want to add, that for every single person who, becomes my friend on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, TikTok, you really are my friend, and I mean that from the heart. So get ready, because we're going to take a ride down memory lane, and and lots of information and lots of fun. This may seem a little bit more serious, because to me, your love for me is serious to me, and I mean it from the heart. I'm Thomas Weeks, Hot Rod University. Stay tuned. We got a lot to do.